This is the Tombigbee Tales, and I'm your host, Shannon Evans. I write about a small town in northeast Mississippi along the Tombigbee River called Columbus, and sometimes I write about the rest of the state. This episode is called Follow the Drinkin Gourd and the Underground Railroad. I want to give a shout out to my classmate, Brenda Griffin, who reminded me about this story. It actually had been on a list of things to write about, and I just hadn't done it yet, but she prompted me to do it tonight. So this is a shorter episode, but it's kind of interesting. The Tombigbee River has always been an important waterway in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Its 800-mile path from the headwaters in northeast Mississippi to Mobile Bay was used for not only moving goods or supplies to the various port towns in its path, but also how cotton was sent to market down in Mobile and further along the Gulf of Mexico. It also was a symbol of freedom for the 180,000 enslaved people who lived and toiled along its path as well. In 1912, while in North Carolina, H.B. Parks, a noted folklorist, heard an African American singing a folk song unknown to Parks. The song seemed nonsensical at the time. Then in 1913, Parks was in Louisville, Kentucky, and heard the song again. Again, the singer had no idea of its meaning or its origin. In 1918, Parks was in Texas and met someone who told him the song was a guide song to lead escaped enslaved people from Mississippi and Alabama to freedom along the Tombigbee River. The song was allegedly taught to enslaved people by a traveling carpenter named Peg-Leg Joe, a possible conductor on the Underground Railroad. Joe would go south in the winter and teach the song on each plantation he worked on. And Joe was allegedly from somewhere north of Ohio. But that's not important to the story. The song's title, Follow the Drinkin Gourd, is patois, or a local term in the South for the Big Dipper and the pointing stars. The song begins by telling the person preparing to escape to begin the trip north in the winter, after the winter solstice, when the sun comes back, according to the lyrics of the song. Because then the sun climbs higher each day in the northern sky, and according to the song, and the first quail calls, which is a reference to the migration of quails who winter in the south. The song continues, the river bank makes a very good road, tells the traveler to follow the river, the Tombigbee River, north to its origin in northeast Mississippi, where they would then venture 16 miles north at night, following the Drinkin Gourd to find their next river, the Tennessee River. According to the song, the river ends between the hills, follow the Drinkin Gourd. There's another river on the other side. The next verse tells the traveler to go over the hills and always stay north toward Tennessee and Kentucky before getting to the Ohio River. When the great big river meets the little river, follow the Drinkin Gourd, for the old man is waiting for to carry you to freedom. Then the travelers are told to cross the Ohio River to be met by a conductor on the other side, on the north bank. Since the Ohio is wide and swift, the traveler would need help to get to the other side in warm weather. But in winter, it was usually frozen over and the traveler could walk across to freedom. That's why they had to travel at the coldest point of winter. For most escaped slaves, it took many weeks or months to cover the distance. The route was heavily forested along the rivers, and if they were headed upriver, they knew they were always headed north, even if they couldn't see the North Star in the sky. Parks published the complete song in 1928 in Publications of the Texas Folklore Society. The song probably would have been lost to history at that point if noted folklorist B.A. Boykin had not republished Parks' findings in Boykin's Treasury of Southern Folklore. Boykin's work would influence Jeanette Winter in the future to publish a children's book in 1988 called Follow the Drinking Gourd. That book would win several awards and become a favorite among elementary age children and their teachers, especially in Columbus and Lowndes County. Please see the show notes for complete song lyrics. If you wish to learn more about this topic, you'd like to find the book, the children's book by Jeanette Winters is still in print. Thank you for coming on Tombigbee Tales and following more about learning about not only the Tombigbee River, but the song Follow the Drinking Gourd. Until next time.